Alright, hey everyone. So today I'm going to do a video kind of showing you the ins and outs of how to use a drum program called Hydrogen. It's a Linux-based program with open source community user input and supplemented patches, instrument kits, things like that. So this is a drum program called Hydrogen. For those that are not familiar, it is available through SourceForge. I can't remember if SourceForge has gone through new owners now, but the website's still up and this program is still available. I like it because it's fairly intuitive to use, but also the instrument packs for it from the user community are actually awesome. To include a bunch of actual live kit patches, which are live drum kits that people have that they have recorded each instrument of and then patched it into an instrument pack. So over here in the corner, so you see the instrument controls here. You go to the sound library and I've got a couple of different ones. So death metal drum kit, which is a roll-into kit with I want to say Sabian cymbals. I'm not entirely sure what the cymbals are. It doesn't have those labeled. And then there's a Black Pearl kit. That kit is a Pearl drum set, and it also has Zildjian and Sabian cymbals. Yeah. So you basically download the individual patches, and then you can install them into the program, and then you have your resonance and velocity adjust and all that stuff here. You see resonance, release, sustain, decay attack, gain levels, cutoffs, pitches, if you're going to change pitches, things like that. Some of those controls are here. Over here is your writing and mapping structure based on how many, the size of it, how many bars for the measure or whatever, so you got standard is 8, and then 16 also fairly standard for your 4/4 time stuff. Cool thing about writing, kind of the writing system is, once you have a BPM set, and that's root BPM, okay? So one of the downfalls of this program is that it's a root BPM set. You can't change, that I know of, you cannot change various sections of the song to different BPMs, but in the process of actually writing it out here in the grid, you can achieve different variables. Again, that BPM is just the root BPM. Okay, this song here that I have pulled up, it's a scratch track of drums for the Aposticum project that I'm in, which is a black and death metal project. Think Belphegor, Morbid Angel, bands like that. This is a reference scratch track for the last song of the album that we're working on. I'll play it for you here in a second, but I'm kind of showing you how this works out here. So you've got your different patterns. So this is one pattern. So this is pattern 2 in this case, that I have it set here, and then you're dotting and gridding it out, and then you're just doing that with all the patterns and gridding it out as as you write it out. So here you have all the individual instruments, okay. And then you're mapping it out. I like to do it, kick, snare, hat, all that stuff, working my way down toms and then cymbals down and just going down. You can add as many instruments as you want into your pattern, and I've got a bunch here. So then you just go in the process of writing it out. You see the different colored dots that's down here, velocity control. So different velocities for your different instruments and stuff, okay? So the lower the velocity, the more dampened and quiet or cut off it's going to be, those things. Velocity adjust is essential because that helps it sound organic. On top of this being a live kit patch, so it's actually somebody playing each individual instrument and then making the patch and setting up the patch package and everything. The velocity adjustment adds more organic structure to it. And then from there with, I'll pull up the mixer. Again, and then here's your standard mixer, okay? So you have all your adjustments there, your gain and balance, all those tweaks there, your slider tweaks, your masters, all that stuff. Various plugins, you can do all kinds of plugins with this program. I really like this program because it's very user intuitive. A lot of people, have the integrated drum programs now with, Reaper or Pro Tools or whatever it is, and that's awesome. Those are really fun to use. You know, we use those for various projects and various programs. For Aposticum, we use Reaper. Kind of a similar thing here, but I like this for just a standalone drum program to be able to write various different kinds and styles of drums, you know, black metal, death metal, even electronic music, breakbeat, you know, that, like, whatever, you know, the sky's the limit with a dedicated drum program like this. And again, I just really like this program because it is community user based and interfaced, and Linux based. So those are some of the ins and outs. So you kind of see how that's written out, you know. So let me just hit play here and you'll be able to kind of see how that works. Okay. Playing along here. Longer measure sets. Still 4/4. Yeah, so if that makes sense. This is a 16 set instead of an 8 set, so it's just doubled. But it helps for mapping it out for these longer sections, so you're not just huge lines of blocking up here, so you can kind of extend it out. It's just a really nice feature and a different way to write things that I really like. Same with this one. See the various cymbal hits, the ride, all the velocity adjusts. Cymbal finish offs. Kind of, there it is. Again, longer measure set. Back into the blast. and then finish it off at a couple of spots so you have that end spacing so that it doesn't just cut off. That's a big problem a lot of people have with finishing off a song. Make sure you're adding a couple of extra points on there so that it doesn't cut off. And then you can implement fade outs if you're going to do fade outs, whatever else in your DAW, your digital audio workspace, your actual sound mixing program, whatever that may be. The other thing to aspect is with this, there's not a lot of reverb on this. So once you get it into your mixing program, your DAW, you're going to add reverb to it, whatever else you're going to do, other balancing, panning, any gating that you want to do. I like this program again with these patches because you don't have to do a whole lot of gating as long as you're sound balancing using the mixer board here. As long as you're doing that adequately and getting it to where you like the sound and the balance of volumes and pans and things like that, you're still going to probably end up doubling this track up in your editor, your digital audio workspace, in your mixing program. But when you have those things balanced out and then the velocity adjust to make it more organic and things like that, it's a lot easier to do once you're in your mixing program and then you're adding a couple of simple things with the reverb and things like that and then getting it mixed in with all the other instruments and all that stuff. So hopefully this makes sense to people and is helpful and is useful for those that are looking at a dedicated drum program, or that may have Hydrogen and just don't understand how some of the things work on it, whatever it is. I use this program for a number of my projects, to include the Anointing Maelstrom, Odious Emesis, and several others. So I really like this program, and again, it's fairly intuitive and easy to use, and it's free. Best price, right? So community user, input, and it's just a really nice program. Again, fairly easy to use. It has a couple of limitations, but for what it is, and as you can hear at a 76 BPM root bass with your blasting and everything, you have no problem achieving what you want to achieve with it at whatever BPM root that you want to do. So just kind of an overview of this program for people, and hopefully that makes sense for people, and that it's something that you may look at if you don't already use it. So if you have any questions, please articulate them in the comments, and I am happy to answer them. Just kind of give you, again, an idea of what it looks like here. Very easy to use, really. All right, so that's it for this one. Metal up. Out.